I survived my dentist appointment. Before I give you my intuitive thoughts for today, I wanted you to know that my entire cheek here is still very numb because we had to numb it and then numb it and then numb it and then numb it because apparently I am a medical oddity and my nerves do not go where they're supposed to go. They're kind of wobbly and wiggly and you kind of had to find them. So they had to overkill the numbing for me today, but I survived and I'm good. My intuitive thoughts for today. So I thought that I was going to get a ton of messages last night in my 5-hour drive, and that didn't happen. I had a headache and I felt very stressed. It was very uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, well, I'm stressed because it's snowing or I'm stressed because of the traffic. And then I got here and I ate something. I thought maybe if I eat something it'd go away. And then I went to bed and I thought that, okay, maybe a good night's sleep and I'll be fine. I had horrible nightmares last night. I mean, we're talking horrible nightmares. And it was the nightmare, the bottom line premise of the nightmare was that a loved one took it upon herself to end the bullies. And it was bad and it was ugly and it was not okay. And it was terrifying. And I think what I'm getting is that there is an anxiousness, there is an uncomfortable feeling that people need to take care of this themselves. And I feel like that's starting to build. It's an energy. And I'm here in the city now. So there's this collective energy that I'm feeling that is angry and it's uncomfortable and it's on edge. I think that we are now at this tipping point where it's going to be a crossroads because we've got this man who's going to bury himself. And I believe that. I mean, he's going to take himself down because of the things he's doing. At some point, everybody's going to start to see this is not okay. This is not normal. And this is not the way things are supposed to be. And they're going to all start to change sides. And maybe not completely change sides, but at least not hold firm to the one that they were standing on. They're going to kind of climb down that hill. But in the meantime, we have a lot of people out there that are really starting to think that they need to take things into their own hands. And that's where the uncomfortable and unsettled feeling comes from. So I still don't feel like anything is going to be happening in March in that regard. But I do recognize that Mercury is going to go into retrograde. And that sucks. Everybody knows that sucks. It's like, listen, don't even get me started. A week before. I always get hit a week before. I always know when it's coming. So that's not going to really be an off energy for me. But I do feel that there is an undertone building. And I haven't felt it before driving into the city. And driving through New York City, I started to feel it. And then it was okay because, of course, I was on Turnpike. And then as soon as I got close to Philadelphia, I felt it again. And that buzz, that energy is a little overwhelming. And so I think that there's going to be people who are going to start thinking about taking it into their own hands. There's a very high stress. But here's the thing. We really need to believe that it's going to be okay. We really do, because I'm very calm deep down inside. And I tend to be an anxious person. So I don't think that it is going to go so badly that somebody isn't going to step up. But I think it's going to take a lot of people to start to recognize that this isn't what they wanted and this is not what they thought was going to happen. And they're going to get angry. And once they get angry, you got to watch out for those mobs with the pitchforks, because those pitchforks, they sting. I mean, you can only say let them eat cake for so long before they start to storm the castle. And we all know how that ended. Not pretty. So I'm really thinking that there's going to be an intervention of sorts, but I think it's probably going to happen in May. I don't feel it right now or close, but I can feel that energy building. So my intuitive thoughts for today is that. Weather-wise, I don't really have anything tremendous that I'm overly concerned about. I'm not seeing anything. I'm still concerned about San Francisco. Globally, I'm not really good with geography, but I keep thinking that there's something in Africa that's like, or like something in South America or Africa or something, like, like something south of me. And there's going to be like some kind of, I want to say, an epidemic of some kind, because I can see that, and see that, like, I see a pop, and then I see spreading and quickly spreading, but I don't know what that means. And I'm really bad with geography, so I'm not going to stick to that. But if something happens like that, you'll know that's what that is. And again, I want to remind you that I don't do these for money. I don't do these for clout. I am not promoting a business. I am not trying to get a clientele. I literally am just telling you these things so that when they do come true and you see that they're true, that you can recognize that there is more going on to the world than what you see in front of you. I want the 4 a.m. club to not be the only ones who are awake. I want everyone to be awake. And if I can do that by proving to you that intuition is real, and that there is more to this world than what you see in front of you, and that, it's okay to believe in a lot more than a book than some man or a bunch of men wrote 100 years after. I just, don't even get me started on that. I can't stand the fact that there's so many people who just think that the Bible is like everything, because that just pisses me off. Don't get me started. I mean, come on. It was written by men and then reconfigured and rewritten by more men. And then don't Google who, the whole King James edition. Google King James. Find out why he made his own edition of the Bible, and then question whether or not you should actually be reading it. Like, come on. Anyway, I digress. I'm still numb. And apparently this stuff that she gave me makes your heart race and makes your nerves high. So I've just been a ball of fun today. But I'm very proud of her. And my teeth are done. And there's your predictive intuition stuff for now. If I get more, I'll let you know. But I was really kind of surprised that 5 hours worth of driving, and all I got out of that was, I'm glad I have a nice playlist on Spotify, and I'm glad I had ibuprofen in the car, and I'm glad I had a cup of coffee with me. So sometimes that's how it happens. If I get more, though, I'll let you know.